fight with Siegfried. As I point out, the
goon standing next to you.
and
Gumba.
unless I get any points in any that modifiers, I'm going to roll charm.
Go ahead.
Success.
And yes, some of them seem reluctant, but go along with most of the crowd, and willingly follow you back.
Mhm.
Picking up what weapons they can hear and whatnot use.
Okay.
They're crude, but they're functional.
Yes, let us head to what was the god's temple we died in?
Sigmar?
Sigma.
Sigma's temple, and gather the supplies left there. Mm-hmm.
You're able to do that and get slightly better gear and food and water.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Aha.
There's like tents and stuff too.
Mhm.
Like sleeping bags, that sort of stuff. Like
The like
legitimately, like it's legitimately supplies to survive a siege.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Exactly
More
what
than
we need
food,
right
water,
now.
and weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I need a little bit of a healing there, priest. Some of that healing magic that you do.
Hand me that healing, bitch. Hmm.
Very well.
Oh,
I will heal you to the best of my abilities.
Luckily, Sigmar's temple's right the fuck there.
Mhm.
The knights give you a nod and head off back towards their temple as they escort you back to Sigmar's temple.
probably just as well that they're not too fussed about the fact that I've looted a dead knight.
Mm-hmm.
They will actually go ahead and bring the guy to you. Gopfert, I think his name.
Oh, nice.
Yep, Gopfert.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the what? Sorry?
Gopfert.
Oh.
The guy that knows Quickish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Freakish dude.
That escaped the Skaven Blight.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I remember now.
Took
All
me a
right.
minute.
We now have a squad of. Let us. Griffon shakes his head. We now have a squad of people willing to fight. Able to fight, however, is a bit more questionable. But hey, we're making progress. We might actually be able to escape this with honor and life intact. Hmm.
We will get through this.
And you're able to get them. There's a couple encounters with patrols that do not end well.
Mm-hmm.
And for the patrol.
Yep. I was about to say angry slaves with weapons, led by professionals.
And you were able to get back to the manor, and you were able to spread the influence of what you control a bit more. Just because of people, like, there's a lot of them settling in the manor, but they also spread to these towers around and hole up in this manor as well in the back. And when you are back, it seems the noble Grigory has a table with the map of Talabheim on it.
Really nice.
Ooh.
And he's got I forget what they call it because I think they did have a name for it, but it's basically chess. He has a bit of chess pieces around it.
Let's just call it chess, you know?
Yeah, and he is using he's using the white pieces for you guys and the black pieces for the Skaven.
Nice.
All right.
And so when you come back and tell him about the things, he grabs a few pawns and like puts them down because that is honestly what the slaves are kind of worth.
Mm-hmm. Griffon nods. I agree with you, but hey, at least we've shown we can do something, no? I'm sure you had your doubts.
I wouldn't blame anyone for doubting what we were up to.
You all seemed proficient enough.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me of the. I'm assuming you also told him of the Temple of Meridia and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
How they are freer to act,
Mm-hmm.
if a bit still cut off. Because they're
Undoubtedly,
not going to abandon their temple.
Mm-hmm. Undoubtedly, they'll find themselves under siege sooner or later, but they'll have some recourse and recuperate some supplies or whatever. And I'm sure we can allow them to escape once more. Mm-hmm.
What do you plan to do next?
Griffon looks
I
at
have
the
to
rest.
say, strategy was never my strong suit.
That's the question, right? I mean, we still know of the 2 slave pens here in this district.
Then that would definitely be an option if there haven't been more reinforced, and if we can get the
As you
Myrmidian.
bring it up, Silk Arent, the Knight of the Verdant Field, who is with you guys still,
Mm-hmm.
or at least here at the manor,
Yep.
will bring up. I'm happy to lead some of the stronger recruits that we've gained to attack one of those.
That
What do
would
you
be-
gather your odds are? Mm.
We'd have to scout it out a bit first, but fairly decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just if you see the ones with like these big globes or with like big machinery that fires something, just focus on those first. They are like bad, very bad.
He just nods politely.
Nice.
But by the way, what's the time of day about this point in time? I assume it's like around. It's towards the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can definitely rest before more work.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning we scout another one of these slave dens and then try and free who we can.
Zach, remind me because I forgot. Was it like mentioned that one of those 3 slave dens were like the hardest to hit, and did we hit the hardest one or not really? Or am I misremembering something?
Some of them are larger and therefore have more slaves and more Skaven, but she was talking about hitting the smaller one here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's good.
She also brings up using some of the more smaller and quieter slaves that civilians that we rescued to go about scouting, and some of them might even be willing to go reintegrate back into slave camps to bring information. Well, the professor brings that part up, actually, that they might be willing to go back into slavery.
You'd send the children back into the slave pens?
If they're volunteering, they know what to expect.
Just don't force them, only if they want to. Like, service and sacrifice for Empire and Sigmar, but
I will say, out of character, it'll be challenging -20 charm chest to convince someone to go back into slavery.
Yeah.
Rolf is not attempting that.
No.
Yeah, it's more the fact if
Yeah.
anyone happened to volunteer, then fine. But I don't think we're going to try and talk people into it.
You would need that to get them to volunteer, basically, or else no one's going to fucking do it.
And like how did it get out again is also a big question.
They wait for you.
No, dude.
And that's the
terrible.
problem if they get eaten before we get to them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that idea's off the table. Because I have a feeling that neither Siegfried, Zagreus, or Rolf are going to want to subject anyone to that.
Absolutely not.
Griffon is not up for that either. And there was kind of a big question of what information they could bring back there, since none of them speak Skavenish. And the one person who does, I don't think we're getting into slavery.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, those who cannot fight should be taught the basics on how to do so.
There are always other uses for people who cannot fight.
I mean, I can always like show a little bit of tricks to the kids and teenagers. I started with a sling, so I can, show a couple of tricks.
Griffon looks impressed. Yes, indeed. Good luck.
Just as long as they know, at the very least, how to fight these Skaven are not going to care if they're civilians or not.
Meat is meat.
Indeed. Okay, so at first, we set out for the slave camp, then we give it a scout, and then we try and free who we can if we feel up to the task.
What else can we
The one
go?
that the knight is willing to go to?
What was that, Zach?
The one the knight is willing to go to, or the other one?
I feel like the knight can probably handle the one she wanted, and we can hit the other one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the knight
Probably.
takes the smaller one, we take the
Yeah.
big thing.
Yeah.
As soon as the new day comes, we can heal 2 points, because one from natural healing and one from...
Meat.
Yeah.
Everyone will bring up the question look to you guys. You all go. Who's going to lead? What if you all die?
Well, Griffon looks around. Who do we all think should be the second in command? Well, sixth in command, and technically, but still.
Who do we have at our disposal?
The noble, the knight, the assassin, and the professor.
I'm guessing the assassin.
We have an assassin with us. It's not a good idea to appoint him to anything, but it's an option.
I'm leaning towards either Silke or Grigori. Probably Grigori, since he doesn't seem to be going out and about, and it'd be nice to have someone like him overseeing stuff while we're doing stuff.
I mean, we can share what is our larger plan, end goal.
I don't think we really have a plan. We're kind of stringing it up as we go along.
I mean, wasn't it said that plan to take the barracks and clear the wizard's way so that reinforcements can come, or?
That's the plan.
That's our end goal. Yeah. The problem is getting to that. The problem is getting to that part in which we're kind of just having to play it by ear.
We still need many more friends, and we need to know when the reinforcements are arriving. We cannot hold up in the barracks forever. But you're right. That is indeed our end goal.
Siegfried will speak up and say, while we're away, Grigori will be in charge.
No nod. And then you are free to go to bed.
Snore, snore, snore. HP.
In the morning, you guys receive a number of reports.
Ooh, reports.
Right. Another settlement needs our help.
Jack is I'm going to mark it on your map. Settlements need your help.
Tobal Rounderben went and talked with a number of the slaves that you guys freed, and he has come up with some information. First is that your plan to take the High Watch may be in jeopardy, as over the past few days, slaves have been being sent into the merchant district and have not been coming back out. And it seems like the wall is being held and fortified by Clan Skyer itself.
Oh, that's worrying.
I see.
Just from what they've said in the armaments scene.
Things are only getting better, I see.
In addition, you have another slave that comes up, and hands you all I would say a letter, but it's more of a note written like on some. Basically, someone found scraps of paper and wrote a note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is from one Karsta Sheet. Sheet? I don't know. I'm not German. I'll write it.
Curse that shit.
Basically. There. Wait, no.
That's shite.
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 Karsta shite.
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 Shades.
You can say shit and not be too far off, sadly.
It's class as shit.
Nice.
It's a lot of shit.
Who states that she has she is a baker that has integrated herself with a large number of Skaven and is willing to pass you whatever information she has overheard.
To speak the Skaven's language?
It's just a note that says that. She's not here.
Yeah.
Griffon looks a bit confounded.
And it's just even to the leaders of the resistance. It doesn't even have your names or anything.
Instead of being not surprised, I don't think anyone knows who we are.
I know good and bad.
I know who I am.
Uh-huh.
At the very least, people she talks to doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
Well, Griffon scratches his head. Is this a trap from the rats?
Entirely possible, but for now we can't exactly be too picky about our sources of information.
So yeah. So what we've learned is that one.
Are there any other, or those are the main things?
Those are the main things.
All right. So Rolf will look very heavy, deep in thought, almost like his brain is hurting while he thinks so hard. So, right, I think we might approach with this simpler idea. So, we're fighting these rats, like, most of the time when we kill the more important rats, the less important ones run away. So I think we should try to kill the most important rat, and then all the other ones will, break or flee.
As the head of a snake.
While I do appreciate the thought put into that, keep in mind that the ones in charge are going to be guarded.
Then we can use all of those people we recruited to make, one last strike at the heart of the enemy, and
Griffon scratches his beard. Yes, that might work. The rats seemed certain we'd give up when they kill the Countess. I'm sure if we gave a similar displays, the rats
Countess wasn't killed. She's still alive.
Yes, she's captured. At least what we saw, she was submitted herself to Skaven rule.
What you guys? I'm just kind of speaking in general for all of the NPCs, just because it'd be a pain in the ass to spread this information out. You know of 3 targets that you could try to assassinate. Ekborst Sparker, the Warlock Engineer. Asarex Steeleye himself, the Grey Seer. And a old name that you've not heard in likely, well, at least a couple of days, because it's not been that long.
Dr. Skell, that bitch?
Yes. Gugula Skell.
That's the necromancer, is that right?
Yes.
The pet of one of them, from what we could tell.
Something tells me we should deal with that.
There have been some reports of her being seen about in the Law Quarter.
Oh God, that's a while away.
I would propose that we kill the necromancer very hard.
No personal feeling, trust me. This is totally sound good coming from the morgue.
I'm also in favour of taking down this necromod, so the last thing we need to do is deal with both undead and the Skaven.
Someone say murder? Boy, I sure do love killing.
And
As well as the morning goes on a bit, you guys do get another report in that it seems like the two main Skaven factions that seem to be fighting each other, the first one is still around and in the Talos.
Well, Griffon scratches his chin. Not sure we need to make more enemies.
The instructor, the halfling, speaks up. Who says they have to be enemies?
Hmm?
There's the old adage, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I was gonna say we could just hit one of the gates that keeps Glen Pestilence an attack, diverts attention, lets us get behind enemy lines and start slitting some throats. I mean, sure, let's go with that.
Griffon scratch. One second. Griffon Goldachi looks at him. Well, we do indeed have a man who speaks the rat's language. You expect us to want to recruit them, or do we simply trick them into fighting each other even worse than they already are?
If they're fighting each other, what can we expect from allying with them? They'll just turn on us if they can't. If they already turn on their own kind.
Well,
I said nothing about allying.
from what we've
I'm
heard,
saying
they
leave
were
them.
the ones that were betrayed.
Hmm?
So, alliance of convenience. They likely want revenge. We want to kill them all, basically. So, let them kill each other.
something desperate times, something desperate measures. I mean, the Imperial Army won't be coming here for a while, so I guess.
Gregory speaks up. Actually, the Imperial armor was supposed to be passing Talabheim around now. Coming
boy.
back from the north.
Oh dear. We don't have much time, do we?
From what I've heard from my contacts, God, I forget the name. The Order of Knights that Tall's chosen. Some of the Tall's chosen have made it over the Talbastan to inform the rest of the Empire of what's occurring here.
Then we can hope that reinforcements are definitely going to be sent then in that case.
One can hope.
One can hope.
What's the matter, Mimi?
Yeah, the Imperial Army is the one that's returning after kicking Acheron's teeth in.
Who?
Archaons, I'm pretty sure.
Archaon.
Yeah.
The
Archaon's
ever
the ever
chosen.
chosen.
Yeah.
Storm of Chaos campaign. I think
Yeah,
it's called.
Yeah, I think Archaon came marching down, and the Imperial Army and I think a bunch of other races met the Chaos Army, including the Orcs of all fucking things.
Oh, that's because it was an actual Warhammer war game.
Yeah, I know.
Campaign.
Yeah, I think we made the joke that yeah, they wanted so badly to wipe the slate clean with Warhammer Fantasy, but the Order factions won.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay, so.
But I do have a question. Like, even if we tried to, sorry, because I might have misheard or it flew through my head. If we try to, get these allies of convenience, where would we even go? Like, do we know where to start?
Talos.
Oh,
They're the
Talos.
Talos.
Talos. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
that
what?
place.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't like the idea of even remotely allying ourselves with these creatures. But for now, we should focus on. For now, we should focus on the tasks at hand.
Mm-hmm. I'd say around noonish, Silky has gathered up her volunteered troops and starts heading off towards the slave camp.
Mm-hmm. We wish her good luck.
I guess we'll go to our target.
Are we going for our slave pen, or does anyone else have anything else in mind?
Griffon look. Actually, yeah, Griffon nods. Yes, we should speak to the man who said he escaped from the slaves, from Lapen by himself, from this Skaven-like place. He said he did say they had a plan or something. Perhaps he knows more.
Get him with us then.
I don't think he will be going anywhere, but let's speak to him.
Yep,
See what
you
he
speak
knows.
to him, and you basically just all file into a room with him.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of looks at you and says, like, yes, how can I help?
Well, you said you escaped from the Skavens, but more importantly, I think you spoke about them having a terrible plan or some such. What do you know about them? Why are they here? Hmm?
I did escape, yes. I've seen them. They're the same ones as that place. They're weapons of war. They've come for me.
For you?
I can think of no other reason than they've come to recapture me.
Why you then? What do you
I
know?
escaped. I know of. They're heavens, forgive me, calling it a city. This is their capital.
Can I make a knowledge history to see what I know about Skaven Blight?
Sure.
Let's see, necromancy. History. Here it is. Damn it.
Oh no, never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Since
The
it's a
most
new.
you have is there was a Talayan city hundreds of years ago that fell to like beastmen, but other than that,
since it's a new day, new fortune points. So success.
Yes. You definitely do know that it was this city whose name I don't remember.
Karasan? Let me see. Off. Oh, Capsar.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
It does make. Sorry.
In this capital, did you see a great bell on upon a tower?
Many.
Then it is. Then it seems that the doom of Kavsar is still alive. Or, well, we know what happened to Kavsar.
It makes sense. Think about it. These Skaven didn't attack the city until they had all the pieces in place. If they are trying to remain hidden, somebody who knows the location of what we assume to be their capital would pose a big risk to them.
Griffon precision. Still. They have not spoken about this man, have they? They have simply murdered and killed. They haven't. Well, not that we've heard. Even when they spoke in that big display with the countess, there was no word about this man. And the rats by now have relaxed, lazied up. Griffon Chicks, it doesn't add up. They seem to think they've already won, yet here he is.
They did seize the city. They have all the time. They have all the time they need to try and find who or what they want.
Yeah.
We just got lucky with getting to him first.
The Skaven are a factitious lot. Their leader, the Grey Seer, is what's holding them together, but they're quite jealous as well. He's succeeding in his plans, and so they're being less cooperative.
Okay, so we kill him. We fragment this force that has been sent here. It's just a matter of getting to him.
He just starts laughing at a rather sheer, high-pitched cackle at you mentioning killing Asarak Steel-Eye the Grey Seer. He doesn't even say how crazy it is. He just laughs.
I see another doubter.
You hardly blame people for doubting the situation we're in.
Without hope, what is there left?
Indeed.
I mean, we have to try. Otherwise, why bother?
Indeed.
I didn't run from the Temple of Sigmar and left you behind, and I'm not gonna run away from this.
Good.
So, yes. Well, from this man's reaction, I do feel like we have a mountainous task ahead of us. The Skavens are fortifying against my plan, and likely fortifying against the plan of murder. If anything going to look up on us, or are we really going to have to, head into the Talos?
Yeah, there's one thing that I thought that we probably should focus on if trying to kill the Grey Seer. Because if they're rivals and jealously, if we kill the other rat and the bad doctor, then maybe that will allow the seer to do what he wants with less obstacles.
Indeed, we face the risk of if we kill the other authority figures of this Grey Seer consolidating his authority among the groups. But now I think. Sorry, go on.
So, go ahead.
For now, I think our highest priority should be getting the arms and armor and the people to wield them.
Then the sleep ends it is. Let us hope people there no more. Yes, right now our odds are rather bleak.
The sooner we leave them, the more chance they'll have been worked to death or eaten.
I feel like Saxo just wants to say, how about both?
Do we have any people here that we can take with us?
You have a few, but it seems the knight took most of the men, and it seems like most of the women and older children are watching because you get younger children as well. They're just not useful in combat because they're kids.
Yeah.
But the young adults are mostly holding. Because the Skaven have noticed you're here, and there are a couple skirmishes that break out every so often. And so they're keeping the border safe and building barricades in the road and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine that when the group's not consolidated in the in whatever room we're using to plan stuff, Siegfried's out there helping.
Good.
Well, let's go scout out the other slave pen for now.
Yep, let's look how it goes. Then when the others return, let us head out.
I like that suggestion.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to quickly take a piss, back.
Oh,
Actually, I'm gonna go as well.
should probably mention that I need to go to bed soon because I got the morning shift tomorrow.
I'll be ending it relatively soon, depending on how soon Donut gets back from taking a shit.
Sorry, I'm not kind of falling off at the end of this. I am just so exhausted.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Trying to stay awake and pay attention.
I'm sorry I'm not interesting.
No, it's not you, dude.
I know. We already had that
Trust me,
conversation.
I want to be here. If I didn't, I would have left.
I mean, I mean, if we can,
We already had that conversation.
we
It's
can,
okay.
we can squeeze in another like 25 minutes or half an hour. Simon.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, because I think for you it's like an hour
Basically, it's
later.
gonna be a description of the camp because you guys are not going to want to go in there. I think.
I assumed as much without any support,
and-
and
And I've already rolled for the other camp, and so you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you get there. Everyone's dead. I mean, what?
I mean, you have a weird definition of being pleasantly.
Losing is fun, right? That's why we play Dwarf Fortress and Wormworld and stuff.
I don't play Dwarf Fortress. I have RimWorld, but I have yet to play it.
What's Dwarf Fortress? Is that like Kara Sakarak?
Yes, but more dwarves going crazy and murdering everyone.
What? Did I just hear dwarves going crazy and murdering everyone?
Dwarf Fortress.
Yes, Dwarf Fortress.
Ah, yes.
Oh, my cat died. Time to kill everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds about appropriate reaction to that happening, not gonna lie. Anyway.
Tantrum Spiral.
Yeah. Dwarf Fortress was kind of fun. It's been a while since I played it.
I think we are still waiting for Donut.
The dark square is Donut. He's not.
Wait, someone's bringing donuts?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Donut. He's bringing the donut. Just one though, for himself.
Donut Steve.
I'm back.
I mean, he is Donut 2.0.
I am back.
I'll be right back.
I thought he was a donut duffer.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna still say it because we just waited for one person to come back, and now someone else is leaving. So fuck it. You guys get to the camp, and it is centered around a larger manor, with basically the other manors around this area have been torn down for supplies to help build the barricade and the shacks that the slaves are staying in.
Yeah.
And it is significantly more defended. While there are less storm vermin overall, it seems to be there's a lot of clan Skyer forces, Jezreels, skirmishers, rattling guns, a couple warp fire throwers you see even. And if you wait long enough, which I'm sure you will catch a glimpse of Ekmor's Sparker, the warlock engineer.
The engineer.
The one that was fighting us in the temple, right?
Yes.
Beating our ass, yes.
Okay, so we now know where's one target of opportunity. Another assassination target.
Two birds with one stone. It looks like we need the rest of our forces though to deal with this.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. We are not Vermintide crew, not yet. Not for
Not yet.
another like 2000 XP.
Yeah, a bit more for that, but yeah.
There we go. Yellow is hard to see, so I changed it to orange.
Yeah, that's
good.
fine.
So we got an engineer there. Let's do. What's a good color? Let's write the W for the witch in the Talos.
That is Pestilence in Talos.
Let me change it to green then.
And potential allies.
You know that Gula's skill
In Law
is-
District, I believe, was
Yep.
set.
last you heard was in the Law District. So
I don't know who I want to face less, Pestilence or Skyer.
To a pestilence plus witch in Talos. Sky in the
No.
law district.
No.
Hmm? Ah, the witch was in the law district. There we go.
Yeah,
Proper
plus
cover.
the Law District has that weird construction with the mirrors, or did they took them
Yes.
down?
The obelisk itself was taken down. The mirrors are still up.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't shown anything in a while, though.
Okay.
Also, there might also be some documentations in the law district regarding the barracks.
And if you want to mark it, the merchant district seems to be closed off. I'm not sure how you'd mark that, but
Giant X.
Giant X.
I'll leave it up to you guys to mark your map.
Sounds good.
Because this can basically also mark your actual map, so feel free to.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
There we go. The 8-pointed cross of chaos.
Well, thank you very much as the map burst into flame.
It's like you all look at as Zagreus draws the symbol on the map, and I need you all to make me willpower. I mean, what?
Oh shit, let me just go insane real quick, thanks, Zagreus.
I think it was 21 was the Temple of Remedia. So I'll
believe
put that
so.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what color should we make them?
Yellow?
Fuchsia.
Yellow's hard to see. I'm not sure what fuchsia would be in all this. How about blue?
Having
I like
them
blue.
is definitely
yellow
good if we decide to attack the Law District, because they can offer us staging point to attack. And I imagine they can also help us with that in the future. Assuming they will be alive by then.
As well, since his announcement, there's been, from what you can tell, there's been no sighting, at least from the slaves of Acerx Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So after you guys have seen how much of a very bad idea it would be to attack the big slave camp, especially by yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, yes, Skaven outnumber you because they're Skaven, but this is a losing amount of outnumbering as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is as much of a fortress as it is a slave camp.
Mm-hmm.
You guys head to the other one to see basically the slave camp that was constructed is burning down, and there don't seem to be any people still milling about.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a pile of human bodies that are burning, mostly just because they didn't have time to bury them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And there's also a pile of Skaven bodies off in a different direction burning because they did not want to burn them together. That was awful. And yeah, you're probably able to notice the smoke about halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a look and keep going.
Yep.
Nod in satisfaction. Mm-hmm.
And as you head back, yes, you have 100, quite a bit more recruits.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been a very packed camp.
Yeah.
Nice. We might actually be able to take on this camp now.
It's probably a bit optimistic still, but hey, let's go.
I mean, if the murder happy guy returns, we can, it's like working on a hard fruit. You just don't bite at it at one time. You just have to shear it a little bit to break the outward stuff. One.
He says from behind you, Rolf. Yeah, even I ain't touching that.
Oh, okay.
What a dick.
The crazy knife obsessed murderer is just all of a sudden
Just-
behind you, Roth. Still
did
wearing
you
his
get there?
surprisingly clean prison outfit.
Nice willpower test.
Yeah,
Nothing
Rolf
personal.
just jumps in here. Oh, my heart!
He just chuckles lightheartedly,
Mhm.
like he had just shown a respectable but somewhat funny joke.
Mhm. Oh no, this is gonna be a trend, isn't it? Anyway.
What are you talking about?
Uh-huh. All right. Okay, so we do actually have quite a few options, but none of them seem very good. Now they feel like this is classic Warhammer, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
I will say, like, because you guys can plan tonight and
Yeah.
whatnot, I am going to say what happens in the morning tomorrow. So if people want to leave, they can.
Yeah.
Like planning can be done at any time, kind of thing. So I just will skip to this. So around 10 to 11, you guys are all called outside to the balcony with Grigory because
Yeah.
there was a report of a large green ball that flew and hit towards the bottom of the Talbeston from the Merchant District. It flew out from the Merchant District and hit the crater wall, the Talbeston. From the description, it sounds like a very large, like the poison globes that you fought a couple days ago.
Yeah.
As you're standing there, you see 3 more over the course of about half an hour hit the wall,
And a wall.
going directly up, with the last one just hitting the top of the wall. And then like the poison cloud like flows down because it's heavier than air.
Yeah. There's probably quite a few rat men died to that poison cloud coming back. Anyway.
Ooh.
So Talagad is very much gone.
Griffon looks horrified. They're trying to toss these poison clouds all over to Talagad. Until if the military over there, if they're already arrived. We have to stop this.
Donut,
Yeah.
do you have any knowledges of like warfare or soldiering, that kind of stuff?
No. Just a grunt for the time being.
I got the knowledge history.
Yeah, no, I don't get knowledge like strategy and warfare.
I'd allow an intelligence from Siegfried.
I will certainly try.
I'd allow a science from Griffon. And does Kadra have any knowledge type stuff?
Just Ranger.
Yes, Ranger. I'm not sure that's
The Ranger language.
Yeah, hang on.
I'll allow that just for the sake of you would know rangery things as well.
Hey, great Siegfried, perfect hit, nice.
At least you got it anyways. Yeah, they're ranging.
The what? Sorry.
They're ranging.
They're trying to figure out how to shoot it over the wall when the time comes, and the army.
They're doing calculations to see how high they have to aim their weapons that they're firing these. They're ranging their guns effectively.
Quick question:
or
is it
whatever weapons?
just to confirm, and we can tell that it is firing from Merchant District?
Yes, it seems to be firing from the Merchant District.
All right.
Let me draw.
That might be why they're sealing it off. We still have time though. In that case, it looks as if they're trying to calibrate their weapons to fire over the wall. But that is. But if they manage to get those off once the Imperial Army arrives, then they'll be able to fire freely. So that's a high priority target.
Aye. If the Imperial Army arrives to find themselves beset by poison globes or toxic globes or whatever these things are, I don't sure they will even care to take this town.
It'll be a fucking slaughter.
And I believe this is where we end for today.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. With that information that they also have siege weapons.
Yep.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things we need to do if we want to get the military in here. Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the feelings I'm getting that we shouldn't really try getting the engineer. We should either probably focus on the merchant district and that freaking thing, or maybe the low district, or maybe getting the allies. I don't know.
I still say we should try and get the slave pen, if only for having more people.
Yeah, it's just that it's very fortified.
I
That's
mean,
a question.
you know, that's the
That's
thing.
the
I
issue.
mean, more people, we can get more bodies if we get Skaven, sadly.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
issue.
that's probably a good point as well, because all the other ones are only going to lose us people, whereas the slave pens might actually help us out here.
Mm.
But not sure how much of a chance we stand against it.
I think the key target there is going to be try and take down the engineer and demoralize the Skaven.
Yeah, but if even our assassin doesn't want to go there, we're going
That
to get slaughtered.
slave camp I put in the law district, go ahead and put a C in there for me.
Sure.
Because that's where Karsta's at.
Karsta's who?
The baker.
The Oh, okay.
Okay, well, it looks like we could go for that slave pen and then try and hunt down the witch.
Yeah.
I also assume it's not gonna be very likely defending. We did see that at the entrance to the law district, they did have storm vermin.
They did have storm vermin, but I do believe that they weren't. I can't remember. It was it was a decent presence. Like there were a few storm vermin.
We could also go through the tall garden. That would probably be easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's go and speak with the information. Let's see what we can learn before we do anything. Is everyone in agreement? It might be a Skaven.
And I put a few more camps on from information you've received from scouts and freed slaves.
Yeah.
Right. Catch you guys later.
Hope you have a good day.
Later. So.
Yep.
See ya.
I mean, I will agree. I'm fine with the idea of going through towards the sea guy, the baker. But again, I think like even diminished, like Skaven allies give us the biggest amount of bodies to use.
Also, for those of you that need it, you do currently count as leading about 300 people. and an organization or what have you, so on, for various careers.
Nice.
Aha!
And
Alas, I'm not there at that point.
Depending on when this ends, I might either waive that restriction for you, Donut, or just give you a bunch of guys that follow you.
Nice.
Let's see how it goes.
I'll probably give the party the choice of whether they want like hirelings or if they want followers or if they just want to fuck off by themselves. But I won't punish. I'll give you guys the choice, but I won't punish Donut for it. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Much appreciated.
Anything Griffon wants, it's some other like either fencer or like academic people, but really he's not here to have people follow him.
Yeah, I will say Captain is like Captain is my end point, but that is going to require like another adventure path, basically. that is how far into the future.
Which you guys might get that depending on the paths that you take.
Yeah. At the
very
least,
also want a different leading people career, like cultist. I mean, what?
My cultist, thank you, Zach.
at the very least, I'm hoping to get at least sergeant, which will be.
I do have rules for starting your own cult, and no, it is not just chaos cult. It is also normal cults.
I mean, that's basically what they call the religious groups in the Empire. You have the cult of Sigmar, the cult of Ulfric.
Yes.
No, we're gonna start a fucking fucking Sigmar cult and scam people out of money.
I need to grab my food.
There's a few, and I can always take ones from other editions.
Ooh, that's a cool one. The Karags.
Let me check because I have them.
The Dragon Krag.
There is Banner of the Damned, which is Musalan. There is, there's mentioned at the end of Terror to Talabheim running this as Skaven characters, because this would actually be a good one for a Skaven campaign, because you could have Skaven from the different clans working together. There's a short one in Denizens of the Empire. There's Krak Asgol, which is Dragon Crag.
Yeah, that one.
There's a short one in Knights of the Grail.
I mean, they have plenty of short scenarios, but like the proper campaigns, I did see that not that many.
Lore of the Lich Lord, which is Adventure and Border Princes. There's also I could just fucking run stuff, which will probably happen depending on what you guys do with the mutations.
Let's hope that doesn't involve exploding.
I mean, it is entirely possible that if we get more mutated, the reinforcements come, the Winch Hunters come, they see one look at us. Well, thank you for the service in Sigmar. Fucking dead.
Yeah. Thank you for the service of Sigmar. Now please step this way for your soul to be cleansed.
Yeah.
There's the 3 paths of the damned. Paths of the damned. Plundered vaults. There's a short one in Realm of the Ice Queen. One of the big one is the Thousand Thrones, which is about 9 different adventures put into one adventure path.
Jesus.
But it's also the kind of thing that you're going all across the old world and can just kind of say, for instance, how I was thinking of one of your leads possibly being in Prague. One of the campaigns in the Thousand Thrones happens to also take place in Prague.
Useful.
If you guys decide to leave the old world and go somewhere else, I will have less to work with, but we'll still think of something.
We're going to
Austria. Skulls and shackles in the new world. That's what's gonna happen.
That's the thing. I think
I'll pull up Skulls and Shackles, except everyone's undead.
I mean,
you wake up undead on a pirate ship. Welcome to the new world.
My inexperience, no much about lore, is before Total Warhammer 3, Total War. Apart from Old War, there wasn't really much lore to go with, for the other portions of the world. I mean, sure, there was a new world, so there
were some in Lustria and the Dark Elves, and Cathay was there, but I'm pretty sure Total War Warhammer 3 is the first time they've actually fucking mapped out Cathay.
Yeah, it wasn't before.
They have before, but, because there's also, a Fantasy Japan over
there.
Nippon,
Int, which is Fantasy India, probably some version of Australia, but I don't think
it's even gone that far. I know there's a Fantasy Korea.
Yeah. Quick question. Do we get any XP for today's session?
No.
Because you asked, no. 200.
Woo!
And I will put it in.
Thank you.
I mean, for us, yes, work, yes it is.
What do I want to get?
A life?
Scale shear surface for one.
Sorry.
I mean, if you guys go north, I could have you all get knocked out and you wake up on a wagon with a bunch of Norse skins heading to an Imperial...
partaking the Civil War of Norse...
Imperial settlement that's... because there are Imperial settlements in Norse... in the, on the Sea of Claws, I think it's called. That, would totally execute some Norse skins and people crossing the border.
Yeah, exactly. And get interrupted by a random fucking dragon showing up.
Because why not?
Imagine running that completely seriously in this campaign, and the players hold on a second. This is just the Skyrim intro as they run from.
No, better yet, just set up the different Norse skin areas and tribes as the different Skyrim holds, and just make it an Orskin campaign based off of Skyrim entirely.
And then you just go to the Skyrim wiki, take the maps of all the dungeons, and they copy paste them one to one onto the map.
And just instead of it being a civil war, it's some of the Norskin tribes siding with the Empire that's invading, trying to colonize the place.
Yep.
To answer Cork, I'm not entirely too sure how it came about, but we basically make a lot of jokes about the Avengers eventually ended up as Skulls and Shackles. I can't quite remember how.
It's because the start of Skulls and Shackles is you're basically all partying in a bar, and you get either drunk and passed out, or knocked out and kidnapped, and then you wake up on a boat at sea.
Yeah, but I can't remember why.
Because we played Skulls and Shackles.
No, okay.
And
Well, I've not
so
played Skulls
we've
and
just been.
Shackles.
Oh, yeah. Me, Simon, and Julius have all played Skulls and Shackles a couple times, depending on the various groups, and the whole you all get knocked out, fade to black, wake up on a boat. And we all joke how we want to play Skulls and Shackles, but haven't, and so we're just always like, oh, we're playing an adventure path that somehow turns into Skulls and Shackles.
Okay. It's weird because I remember the jokes being made, but I remember the jokes being made. I remember getting in on the joke, but I can't remember where it came from.
I'm gonna go nap. I'll catch you guys next week.
Okay,
I am
one.
still
You're
sorry.
Bye, Jay.
See ya.
I'll miss you.
Okay, took rover talent and train skills your sure surface.
More willpower and agility for me.
What would it be for me? That is the question.
I think I should be able to play next week. I'm
believe.
out of the city on Friday and Saturday. We have like integration trip work like related to another city, but I should be back by Sunday.
Let's hope.
Might be tired,
Somehow
but
do that.
yeah, probably will be.